What's going on, everyone? Lucky here. In this video today, we're going to be taking a look at the new controller layout Builder Pro that was implemented in patch 3.5. Now, I would like to discuss why I feel like you should be running this controller scheme to elevate your skill as a Fortnite builder, therefore a Fortnite player. Before we get started, I do want to make it very clear that I am not saying you have to run this scheme to be a good or great Fortnite player. You can do that by running any controller scheme. I do strongly believe that it will make you a better Fortnite player than you already are. Also, I will be referencing the PS4 controller because I do play on PS4 and PS4 controls for this video. So Xbox users, you guys can correlate the buttons accordingly, and that I will not be looking at other controller schemes, just I will be comparing Builder Pro to Combat Pro, because I do feel like Combat Pro is probably the most commonly used controller scheme. I may be wrong, but I'm going to stick with that. So let's jump in and take a look at the controller scheme. So if we take a look at the Builder Pro layout, you can see your stairs, roof, wall, and floors are assigned to specific keys. Everything else is kind of the same. Traps are square. What you do is you pull out your build menu, and if you want to drop a wall, you just hit R2, R2 to confirm. You have to tap to place the whatever you choose to build. You have to hit that same button. So if you want to build stairs, you hit L2. Now you're on stairs, and you hit L2 to place. Traps, square to pull up your traps, and then square again to place the trap. If I had to say that there was one drawback for this actual controller layout, it would be that you have to cycle through your materials and your traps with left on the D-pad, which means you have to take your thumb off of the left thumbstick, which is definitely the worst thumbstick you want to take your hand off of. That's your lateral and forward back movement. So you're basically staying stationary real quick for a split second, but that split second could be it. So what makes it better is the question, right? So why, if you're comfortable with Combat Pro, you're comfortable with the standard loadout, why change now? And I'm going to give you the best example that I can possibly give you and make it as simple as possible by just a matter of how many times you have to hit a button. For example, everybody knows Fortnite is a game of seconds, meaning that, 1 extra second you could have won a firefight, 1 extra second you could have won that build battle, 1 extra second you could have survived the storm. That comes into play so many times in this game. And with building, with this setup versus the other setup, it's going to seem like milliseconds, but milliseconds add up to seconds, obviously, over time throughout an entire match. And that could really determine the outcome of the game for you. So I'm going to give you an example of you're pushing someone, and like when I push people, I like to build like a stair ramp because I want to get that height, and you're pushing somebody, and they're doing the same thing. Let's just say you're playing yourself, right? Someone of equal skill, and one of you's got the Combat Pro loadout, one of you's got the Builder Pro layout. So the Builder Pro layout, you drop your stairs. You build stairs, and then you're building 4 walls. One in front of the stairs, your right, your behind, and then your left. So now you've got this one story, one by one. It sounds simple enough, it doesn't sound very complicated, but when you break it down into how many times you have to hit a button, this is where the difference lies. So if you're using the Builder Pro layout, you pull out your build menu, so you hit circle, then you hit L2 to switch the stairs, then you hit L2 to confirm your stairs. You build your stairs. Now you hit R2 for walls, and then R2 again to confirm, and then you just place 3 more walls after you've confirmed the first wall. So not including the initial button press of circle, because everyone has to do that, you've got 7 steps with the Builder Pro. You just hit that button, you hit 7 buttons. Alright? Now, if you compare that to someone with Combat Pro, and they're doing the same exact thing, they have their build menu out. When they pull out their build menu, they're on walls, so they have to hit R1, R1 to get the stairs, and then confirm the stairs by R2, and then go back, either L1 or R1, but R1, R1, back to walls, and then place the wall, and then 3 more walls. I know it sounds like a small difference. That person had to hit button press 2 times, and we're like, well, what if I'm comfortable with it? I'm so fast. Well, again, if you're playing with someone equal skill, that means they're done just that fraction of a second sooner than you are, which means they're already ADS'd, looking at you, or already shooting your walls while you're trying to finish. So you got to look at it that way. And that's just a simple 1x1, right? What if you make it 3 stories? What if you're in this massive build fight? And, so basically what happens is that without having to cycle through with Builder Pro versus Combat Pro, having to cycle through your build options, you gain a step, one less button press every engagement. And then say you get in this massive build fight where you're building stairs, you're building walls, you're building 1x1s, you're building floors. Over time, that one extra step every couple steps adds up. It adds up and it makes a difference. And that could be the true outlier in whether or not you win that engagement. With all that being said, hopefully everyone will find this video helpful, and maybe I showed it in a way that, maybe you really didn't think about before, and maybe you didn't know there's a new controller scheme. Whatever it is, hopefully it's helpful to you. And also, I do want to say, do not get discouraged if you switch to this controller scheme and you start losing engagements and build fights and stuff. It's gonna happen. It's gonna take time to retrain your brain and get that muscle memory back. So just stay positive and just stay committed to it, and it will pay off in the long run. So I appreciate everyone. I appreciate your support, and leave a comment down below if it's helpful, or if you want to see more of this. Like the video, subscribe for more, and follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/LuckyCharms, 2 Y's with Lucky, and I will catch you guys all in the next one.